Harry Kane is approaching the final year of his deal. Jude Bellingham's future is unclear now. Liverpool have ended their interest and Europe's top clubs are chasing after Victor Osimhen. It's set to be another blockbuster transfer window. Here are the big transfer moves that could happen this summer. Harry Kane is highly likely to dominate the summer transfer news agenda, due largely to his contract at Tottenham only having a year to remain. Kane made no secret of his desire to look for another challenge in the summer of 2021, one that bore a more realistic chance of securing the trophies that have eluded him at Spurs, and he was the subject of bids from Manchester City. Kane, the England captain, is not actually the Tottenham club captain, but with Hugo Lloris's future up in the air this summer, could Spurs tempt Kane into staying with a new deal in the full-time captaincy? At 29 years old, the next contract will arguably be one of the last long-term deals Kane signs, and he will want it to be at a club that can compete for major honors. If the likes of Manchester United, who are on the hunt for a new centre-forward, finish in the top 4 over Spurs, it may heap even more pressure on Tottenham. The future of the most sought-after player in European football is still undecided. There is no need to rush through a decision when you have received sales pitches from Real Madrid, Manchester City and Liverpool, while Manchester United explore whether there is any room to maneuver into a hot pursuit. Bellingham's priority is to continue his development at his next destination, and in his own words, to win way more, to continue to push the boundaries of my own potential and talent. Real Madrid have feared City as their greatest threat in securing Bellingham and believe the England international wants to star in the Premier League. The defending champions are growing in confidence of securing him at the Etihad. Now Liverpool have now dropped out of the race. United are unlikely to get into a bidding war for Bellingham, even though they were the first big English club to believe he was going to be a standout midfielder. A family of Bellingham friend told Sky Sports that the way to win Jude's heart is selling the football plan to his head. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen could be one of the biggest transfers of the summer. He is one of a number of strikers Manchester United are looking at, but they will have competition. The potential stumbling block is the price, with some reports suggesting Napoli would want £100 and plus for the Nigeria international. That will no doubt reduce the number of clubs who could do such a huge deal, and with an ongoing takeover or investment on the cards at Old Trafford. It remains to be seen how much the Glazers will invest in the team or whether it will be in the hands of new owners by the summer. Napoli do not want him to leave, however, and would love for him to sign a new contract. Osimhen will enter the final 2 years of his current deal in July, and, thus far, there have been no talks over an extension. A Serie A title and maybe an appearance in the Champions League final will undoubtedly help their cause, but if he does not sign a new deal, Napoli know this summer will be the window to maximize his selling price. Furthermore, Osimhen has made it clear he is working hard to make sure I achieve my dream of playing in the Premier League one day. This has certainly alerted the top teams in England. Chelsea want to sign João Felix on a permanent deal this summer, and it is understood they have already begun the groundwork into making a deal from Atletico Madrid happen. Felix joined the club in the January transfer on loan until the end of the season, but the agreement did not include any option or obligation to buy him. Designed very much as a way of looking into how the technically gifted attacker would fit into their plans. Indeed, it remains to be seen how keen the player himself will be to stay without Champions League football in his schedule and the capacity for another club to offer him that next year. Frank Lampard's arrival as caretaker manager may help persuade him that Stamford Bridge would be the best place for him long-term after all. Lionel Messi's name has suddenly emerged as a potential changer in the summer due to a current impassive contract negotiations with Paris Saint-Germain. Messi will not sign a new contract at PSG until he understands their sporting plans for next season and is confident they can compete for the Champions League. And there are still potentially other suits for him in Europe, where he wants to remain until 2024. The impasse over contract talks between Messi and the club and the shift in dynamic has therefore increased the likelihood that he could go elsewhere. But communication between his representatives and PSG remains open, and an agreement over an extension remains a possibility. Barcelona have been buoyed by these developments and are stepping up their efforts to make Messi a contract offer this summer. They are talking to La Liga about generating more flexibility in their financial fair play ratio. The Spanish club remain at the very limit of what they can spend and will almost certainly have to move players on to accommodate a Messi return. Barcelona have made no secret of one day seeing him back at the club, but the jury is out on whether their finances have improved enough to make it happen, while clubs in Saudi Arabia and the MLS would take him in a heartbeat. That's all from today's video. Do let us know your favorite transfer rumors in comments. Like this video and subscribe for future football updates.